Two pairs of newlyweds met by chance on the road. To share their joy, they exchanged their bridal bouquets. The woman was shocked to find the other's bouquet was actually made of pure gold. She wanted to turn around and return it to them right then, but the woman's husband refused, using the excuse that it would bring bad luck. He said he'd find them to give the bouquet back after the wedding. On the other side, the woman in the car stared at the flowers in her hand. These were the flowers her younger sister loved most back then. The groom comforted her, saying they'd find her sister. And just then, inside the bouquet, she found her sister's necklace. It turned out the people they just run into were really her sister and her husband. The groom had already had someone look up the other man's information. The older sister made plans and prepared a lavish gift to welcome her sister. On the other side, the woman got out of the car and reached the wedding venue, but she noticed this hotel weren't the ones they'd agreed on. It turned out this place was run by her husband's uncle. They'd switched the hotel without even telling her. The woman looked at her husband, the man who'd saved her years ago, and she agreed to go along with it. Just then, the man's older sister saw the golden bouquet in the woman's hand. She snatched it right away. The woman wanted to get it back, but the man calmed her down. Once they walked into the hotel, she saw the place was a total mess, and some people stopped her, forcing her to drink. The woman was allergic to alcohol, but they kept pressuring her to drink, saying she'd be rude if she refused. At that moment, the man's cousin stepped up to get the bride out of the tight spot. When it was time for the woman to serve tea, the family started deliberately making things hard for her. They not only demanded she give them large red envelopes, but also made her sign an unfair prenuptial agreement. It said if they got divorced later, the woman would get nothing, and she'd even have to pay a huge amount of compensation. At first, the woman agreed because the man had saved her years ago, but the family kept pushing her more and more. Finally, the woman snapped. She said she wasn't going to marry him anymore. She knew if she married into a family like this, she'd never have a good life. Watching the woman tear up the agreement, the man finally told the truth. It turned out the person who'd saved the woman back then wasn't this scheming man. It was the groom's cousin who'd helped her out earlier. When she heard the truth, the woman couldn't stop crying. She realized all the affection she'd put into this relationship over the years had been in vain. The woman looked at the man in front of her and asked if he'd be willing to marry her. The man agreed right away, but their actions infuriated everyone there. They got surrounded. At that critical moment, the older sister showed up with her group, and they were saved.